I have the honor to recognize the presence of and invite the High Table, His Excellency Senator Malam Ubasani, CON, Executive Governor Kaduna State, who is ably represented by the Statistician General Kaduna State Bureau of Statistics, Dr. Bukar Baba. So please come to the High Table. May I also recognize the presence of and usher into the High Table His Excellency Malam Umar A. Namadi, FCA, Executive Governor of Jigawa State, who is ably represented by the Statistician General of the Bureau of Statistics, Jigawa State, and who governs as our lead representative. Let me also invite to the High Table the Speaker, House of Representatives, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Right Honorable Abbas PhD, GCOM, Ian Zazo, who is ably represented by our own, permit me to be biased, one of our own, our proud alumnus too, who is no other than Right Honorable Amos Gomna Magaji, Chairman, House Committee on Healthcare Services. We await the arrival of the Royal Father, His Excellency, His Highness, the Emir, either in his capacity or by representation. May I also invite, I hope that's all right, the representative of the Deputy President of the Senate, Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished Senator Barau Ayuzubi, CFR. He's on his way. The representative of, we are also awaiting the arrival of distinguished Senator Mutari Nanduze Mohammed, another alumnus who is chairman, Senate Committee on Education, Tertiary Institutions and TED Fund, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Expecting his arrival. Next, alumnus also, distinguished Senator Lawal Adamu Usman, Mr. La, who happens to be the chairman, Senate Committee on Education, that is basic and secondary education, Federal Republic of Nigeria. I had earlier invited our keynote speaker in the capacity of representing our governor of our state. Once again, our keynote speaker is Dr. Jamilu Garba, Statistician General Jigawa State Bureau of Statistics, who is the Jigawa State, like I have mentioned earlier. So you are most welcome. Let me, the lead paper presenters are here. Chairman of the Organizing Committee. Lead paper presenters, they are following us via Zoom. The lead paper presenter, number one, is Professor Adeboye Abdul Wasiu Oyelola. Is the senior biostatistician, well-being and preventable chronic diseases, Menzies School of Health Research, Charles Darwin University, Darwin, Australia. This lead paper presenter too is no other than Professor Pichaya Wiracho Tisatia from Department of Statistics, Faculty of Sciences, Phnom Penh University, Phnom Penh, Thailand. Let me also invite to the high table the registrar, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, Malam Ismaila, who is ably represented by the deputy registrar, Malam Ishaq Mutala. Yes. I have the honor to invite to the high table the acting university librarian, who is no other than Dr. Abubakar Abdullahi Muhammad. Sir, come this way. Let me also recognize the presence of the host and the Dean Faculty of Physical Sciences, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, Professor Ibrahim Abdulkadir. So please come to the high table. Yeah. Sir, this way, sir. The chairman of the local organizing committee and head department of statistics, Professor Dr. Abubakar Yahya. Let me also, this is a very serious one, invite to the high table the chairman of the occasion, who is no other than Student Affairs Division, Professor Ahmadu. Sir, apologies. The chairman is supposed to have been. I look at the table and now realize I'm not. Let me recognize in anticipation all the provosts, deans, directors, head of department, professors, other staff, participants, and students. I have the honor to once again welcome us to the first international conference on statistical sciences and data analytics, organized by the Department of Statistics, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, under the distinguished chairmanship that I have just invited to the high table of Professor Sahal Balarabe Junaid, the Dean Student Affairs Division, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. Mr. Chairman, as usual, permit me to shed a little light that this this conference is inviting statisticians, data scientists, researchers, policy makers, industry practitioners, and academics who will explore the latest innovations and challenges and global impact of statistical sciences and data analysis. That is why the objectives of the conferences are enumerated into 5 categories. 1 is to examine the role of statistical sciences in the modern data-driven world. 2 is to explore innovations and challenges in statistical methods. The objective number 2 is to explore innovations and challenges in statistical methods and their applications. 3, to analyze the impact of statistics on policy making, governance, and decision making. 4thly, to promote the use of statistical method in artificial intelligence and machine learning. 5thly and lastly is to discuss the future of statistical sciences in various interdisciplinary fields. Mr. Chairman, in a similar conference yesterday, though it's not made in one, I made an observation that the faculties, as well as the university in general, is pressing up to reflect on the mission and vision of Ahmadu Bello University, which this maiden conference of this maiden international conference on statistical sciences and data analytics, organized by the Department of Statistics, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. Mr. Chairman, it is what we know, but permit me to reflect on what that vision and mission tells or stipulates. The vision of Ahmadu Bello University is that Ahmadu Bello University shall be a world-class university, comparable to any other, engaged in imparting contemporary knowledge, using high-quality facilities and multidisciplinary approaches to men and women of all races, as well as generating new ideas and intellectual practices relevant to the needs of its immediate community, Nigeria and the world at large. And the mission, of course, is to advance the frontiers of learning and break new grounds through teaching, research, and dissemination of knowledge of the highest quality, to establish and foster national and international integration, development and promotion of African traditions and cultures, and to produce high-level human power and enhance capacity building through retraining in order to meet the needs and challenges of the catchment area, Nigeria, and the rest of the world. Mr. Chairman, having said so, permit me at this juncture to most respectfully request that we please rise for the national anthem, followed by the debut anthem. National anthem. Thank you very much. Please be seated. His Excellency, the Governor of Kaduna State, represented the Chief Host and the Vice Chancellor of the prestigious Ahmadu University, Chairman of the occasion, other dignitaries on the high table, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. You will agree with me that having paid allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria by observing the national anthem, and subsequently to our alma mater by observing the ABU anthem, it is necessary to also commit this meeting in the hand of the God Almighty for His guidance and success of this occasion. So, having said so, can we please take a minute or two to pray according to the dictate of our individual faith as opening prayers to commit this conference in the hand of God for His guidance. Let us pray. Amen. The chairman of the occasion, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, before I invite the local organizing committee chairman to give us the welcome address, permit me to recognize once again the presence of distinguished Senator Ahmadu, Mr. La, Chairman, Senate Committee on Education, Basic and Secondary, Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is ably represented by Dr. Ahmadu. Having said so, I have the honor to most respectfully invite for his welcome address the Chairman of the Organizing Committee, Professor Dr. Ahmadu, who doubles as the head of the Department of Statistics, Ahmadu Bello University.
Thank you, Mr. MC. The Executive Governor of Kaduna State, Excellency Senator Basani, is ably represented by the Statistician General of Kaduna State Bureau of Statistics, Dr. Bababukar Al-Haji, the Executive Governor of Jigawa State, His Excellency Madam Umar A. Namadi CFR, FCA, who is ably represented by the Statistician General of Jigawa State Bureau of Statistics, Dr. Jamilu Garba, who doubles as our keynote address speaker. The Speaker House of Representatives, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, PhD, GCON, ably represented by the Right Honorable Amos Governor Magaji, Chairman House Committee on Healthcare Services, the Deputy President of the Senate, Distinguished Senator Dr. Barau I. Jibrin CFR, the Chairman Senate Committee on Education, Tertiary Institutions and TED Fund, Distinguished Senator Muntar Andrews Mohammed, the Chairman Senate Committee on Education, Basic and Secondary, Distinguished Senator Lawal Adamu Usman, Mr. ably represented by Dr. Umar Adamu Abubakar, the Royal Father of the Day, Emir of Zazzau, the Chief Host, Professor Adamu Ahmed, the Vice Chancellor, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, who is ably represented by the BBC Advancement, Professor Sanusi Ali Rafindadi, the host, Professor Ibrahim Abdul Qadir, the Dean Faculty of Physical Sciences, ABU Zaria, the Chairman of the occasion, Professor Sahil Balara, Dean Student Affairs, respected provosts, deans, directors, professors, and colleagues across the entire university, invited guests, esteemed participants, gentlemen and ladies of the press, other staff, students, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum, rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, and a very warm welcome to you all. As the chairman of the local organizing committee, LOC, for the first International Conference on Statistical Sciences and Data Analytics, organized by our Department of Statistics, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, it is indeed a great honor and privilege to stand before you, of course, on behalf of the LOC, to address and welcome each and every one of you to this timely and thought-provoking scholarly gathering. Whether you join us physically or you join us virtually from across the globe, or even just a few time zones away, your presence enriches this epoch-making and scholarly gathering of brilliant minds dedicated to advancing statistical sciences and data-driven innovations. The maiden conference is not just a brilliant meeting of minds, as earlier stated, but a fusion of innovation, collaboration, and transformation. In an era defined by complexity, uncertainty, and a deluge of data, statistical sciences remain at the heart of data-driven policy making, formulation, evidence-based decision-making, scientific discovery, and technological advancement, from public health to climate studies, from intelligence and machine learning to national security, from modern-day governance to manufacturing industries. The role of statistics and data analytics is foundational, revolutionary, and forward-looking. Our vision for this conference, Mr. Chairman, was clear from the outset: to create a dynamic intellectual space where leading statisticians, data scientists, data analysts, epidemiologists, econometricians, operational researchers, policy and decision makers, as well as industry professionals could converge to share insights, challenge paradigms, and shape the future of our field. Thanks to the support and encouragement we received from the Vice Chancellor and his management team, as well as the university community. Thanks to the collective sacrifices financial and otherwise, of my elders and colleagues in the Department of Statistics. Thanks to the support from our team in alumni base within and outside the university. Thanks to our esteemed participants, that vision is now a reality. While we may be separated by geography, our adopted virtual format allows for wider participation, richer diversity, more inclusive dialogue, and as well foster connections that transcend geographical boundaries, all made possible by the adaptability of virtual platforms. Hence, the virtual setting reminds us that science knows no borders and that our shared commitment to knowledge transcends physical distance. The year's conference, themed Statistics in the Age of Data, Innovations, Challenges, and Global Impact, reflects our collective commitment, drive, and objective to promote awareness by examining and analyzing the critical role of statistical sciences on governance, policy, as well as decision-making in a data-driven world. It will also help us to promote the utility of statistical methods in artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, as well as data analytics. It will also help us in bridging the gap existing between theoretical and practical applications of statistics as they relate to governance, policy, as well as decision-making in a data-driven world. Some of the expected outcomes at the end of this scholarly gathering and August event may include, but are not limited to, enhanced appreciation for statistics and statistical methodologies in arriving at an informed policy formulation and decision-making, leading to actualizing a data-driven and evidence-based governance at national and at subnational levels. It also strengthens research networks and/or collaborations amongst participants, having diverse backgrounds from academia, industry, and government. And finally, it will offer recommendations for integrating statistics in policy design and implementation in order to achieve a data-driven as well as evidence-based modes of governance. Mr. Chairman, invited guests and esteemed participants, at this juncture, I want you to know that due to the centrality and importance of statistical methodologies and techniques, especially in modern day art of evidence-based policy making and data-driven mode of governance, the International Conference on Statistical Sciences and Data Analysis is envisioned to henceforth be an annual event, blending both online and physical participation to garner wider contribution and rubbing minds amongst participants around the globe. I use this medium also to thank our prestigious of excellence recipients, comprising their excellencies, Executive Governor of Kaduna and Jigawa states, distinguished members of the National Assembly, and our elders in the department for finding it worthy to attend or send in their representatives to grace this occasion. In the same vein, I wish to extend our profound gratitude to His Royal Highness, the Emir of Zazzau, Malam Ahmadu Bamalli, who is unavoidably absent as a result of his attendance in other national assignments. We feel highly dignified by sending in saving financial support. The Department of Statistics is very glad and is fully aware of the Vice Chancellor's intention and commitment to attend this maiden conference, if not for other important official engagements that took him away from us. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, as ably represented by the DBC advancement, Professor Sanusi Ali Rafindadi, we appreciate your priceless and invaluable support from the onset. Thank you. Our keynote speaker, Dr. Jamilu Garba, the Statistician General CEO of Jigawa State Bureau of Statistics, who is also standing in for the Governor of Jigawa State, Ahmadu, FCA, is one of the team in the department. He delivered his speech on the prospects and applications of statistics in the modern world of governance. The LOC appreciates you and your Bureau for your support and assistance while serving as the link between us and the Jigawa State government. I say a very big thank you for your time and agreeing to take up such a role despite your busy schedules. The two lead paper presenters are amongst the best in their field of research around the globe. The lead paper presenters are the true testimonies to the fact that we should not allow geographical boundaries to serve as barriers for sharing transformative insights in groundbreaking research across the globe. Thanks to the flexibility of virtual platform in this regard. We appreciate Professor Adeboye Abdulwasiu Oyelola, a senior biostatistician working at the Well-Being and Preventable Chronic Disease Research Group at Menzies School of Research, Charles Darwin University, Australia. Professor Oyelola is to deliver his talk on tackling refusal bias in prevalence estimates from national surveys. The other lead paper presenter is no one but Dr. Pichaya Wirato Titashian of the Department of Statistics, Faculty of Science, Konkain University, Konkain, Thailand, whose presentation is going to dwell on the topic from risk to response, harnessing statistics and machine learning for better health outcomes. We say a very big thank you for not saying no to our request from the outset. The LOC members deserve and deserve commendation. Our unwavering support to the organization of this conference in particular, and the larger ABU community on larger ABU projects in general cannot be overestimated. The LOC members, apart from contributing financially from our near dry pockets, spent months preparing day and night for this day to become a reality. And here we are. I say a very big thank you to ourselves. May Almighty Allah Ta'ala continue to strengthen us, our department, and the entire university in achieving successes in whatever we embark upon. I strongly commend the tireless dedication and teamwork as spearheaded by chairpersons of various subcommittees, especially ICT, Media and Technical, Dr. Abubakar Usman, Publication, Dr. Yakubu Aliyu, Finance and Registration, Dr. Jamil Yunus of Falgore, who doubles as our LOC Secretary, Welfare, Dr. Mrs. Jamila Abdullahi, and lastly, but without any iota of doubt, not the least, Dr. Tasu Musa of Logistics and Miscellaneous Subcommittee. Our host, Professor Ibrahim Abdul Qadir, Dean Faculty of Physical Sciences, Chairman of the occasion, Professor Salih Balarabe Janaidu, Dean Student Affairs Division, invited guests within and outside the university, provosts, deans, directors, heads of departments, professors and other colleagues. We say a very big thank you for honoring our invitation. You are really awesome and supportive. Our departmental alumni base didn't give us any reason to think that they have come and passed through our department and got what they want and later abandon us. No, not at all. They showed us that they appreciate the lasting impact we impacted on their post-graduation lives, and they really supported us in this conference, and I hope they will continue to do so in other aspects, whether we come nothing or not. I say a very big thank you to all. Remain blessed. Mr. Chairman, I wouldn't want to finish my speech without mentioning some people by name due to their immense and priceless contribution towards the success of this conference. These people, I call them our tentacles in the National Assembly, our tentacles in Kaduna State Government, and our tentacles in Jigawa State Government. They are Dr. Umar Adamu Abubakar, who is representing distinguished Senator Mr. Alawal Adamu Tumalla. We also have Malam Abdul Jalil Tukur Isa of the National Assembly getting seated near our classroom. We also have to thank Dr. Bababakar Alhaji, the Statistician General, CEO, Kaduna State Bureau of Statistics, representing Kaduna State Governor here in this occasion. We also, lastly but not the least, of course, Dr. Jamilu Garba, our keynote speaker. May Almighty Allah reward you abundantly for your efforts. I mean, the Director of Public Affairs, Malam Awal Umar and his media team, the Director of Distance Learning and his staff, the Director of University Health Services and his medical team, the HODs of the Department of Computer Engineering, as well as Telecommunications Engineering, Department of Computer Science, Mathematics, Physics, Chemistry, and others, the Chief Security Officer and his members of security personnel deserve our recognition, gratitude, and commendation. We say thank you for being here for us whenever we call upon you at the shortest notice possible. Finally, and most importantly, you, the participants, I thank you for your enthusiasm, dedication, contribution, and support. As we navigate the technical sessions and discussions in the days ahead, I encourage us all to embrace the spirit of inquiry, collaboration, and mutual respect. Let us seize this opportunity to learn, connect, and contribute meaningfully to the advancement of statistical sciences and data analytics. In conclusion, I pray that this conference will not only enrich our understanding, but also inspire partnerships, spark innovations, and influence policy and practice across our various domains. Once again, welcome to this conference. May it be productive, insightful, and impactful. The chairman, I remain Professor Dr. Abubakar Yahaya, Chairman, Local Organizing Committee, and the Head, Department of Statistics, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. Thank you, and may Allah bless us all. Wassalamu alaikum.
Very insightful, all encompassing. Besides, the room matches expected. Please let us appreciate it once more. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the chairman of the occasion, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, next is opening remarks to be given by the host, who is the Dean, Faculty of Physical Sciences, Ahmadu University, Professor Bello.
Good morning, all. All protocols duly observed. I was actually informed that I was given a welcome address by the chairman of the LOC. I didn't know that he was going to. Yeah, so I actually prepared for a welcome address, and I think after the mighty speech by the chairman of the LOC, Professor Dr. Yahya Abubakar, I don't think, in fact, we might even do without this speech and everything will be fine. But nonetheless, I'm going to read out what I have. I have a welcome address for the program. So good morning, esteemed statisticians, brilliant data and scientists, distinguished guests, revered speakers, and valued sponsors of the program. It is with immense pleasure and profound honor that I stand before you today as your host to address this distinguished gathering and to officially open the statistics, that is the statistics in the age of data, innovation, challenges, and global impact conference. On behalf of the organizing committee, I extend a heartfelt welcome to each and every one of you. Your presence here, whether in person or virtually, signifies your commitment to advancing the frontiers of statistics and data analytics in Nigeria and beyond. And we are truly delighted to have you join us. Our theme for this year, statistics in the age of data, innovation, challenges, and global impact, perfectly encapsulates dynamic landscapes we navigate. We are living in an era where data is not just abundant, but a strategic asset transforming every sector from healthcare and finances to environmental science and social policy. This conference is designed to be a melting point of ideas, a forum where we can explore the groundbreaking innovations that are reshaping our methodologies and tools. We will delve into the latest advancement in machine learning, artificial intelligence, big data analytics, and robust statistical modeling, pushing the boundaries of what is possible. However, with great opportunity comes significant challenges. We must critically examine issues such as data privacy, algorithmic bias, data quality, ethical considerations, and artificial intelligence, and the ever-present need for robust, interpretable, and trustworthy statistical inferences. This conference provides a platform to collectively address these complexities, sharing best practices and forging collaborative solutions. Ultimately, our discussions will converge on the global impact of our work. How can statistics and data analytics contribute to solving world's most pressing problems, from climate change and public health, from climate change and public health crisis to economic development and social equity, and even to security? How can we leverage data to drive evidence-based decision-making that creates a more sustainable and equitable future for all? Over the next few days, you will have the opportunity to engage with leading experts, participate in stimulating discussions, witness cutting-edge presentations, and network with peers who share your passion for data. I encourage you to take advantage of every opportunity and seize every moment. Ask probing questions, share your insights, and forge new connections that will undoubtedly lead to future collaborations. Thank you for being part of this significant event. May this conference be a source of inspiration, knowledge, and meaningful engagement for everyone. I'd like to extend a special thanks to our incredible organizing committee, of course, led by the chairman, Professor Dr. Yahya Abubakar, whose tireless efforts have made this conference possible. Their dedication to creating a rich and engaging experience for all of us is truly commendable. Beyond the formal session, I encourage you to take full advantage of networking opportunities, connect with colleagues, forge new partnerships, and spark those serendipitous conversations that often lead to most exciting breakthroughs. This is your chance to share your own work, learn from others, and collectively advance the field of statistics and data analytics. So once again, I say welcome to you all. I hope you have an inspiring, productive, and enjoyable time. You're welcome to the first International Conference on Statistics in the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Ibrahim. That will be open to you on physical sciences. Mr. Chairman, permit me also to invite the Vice Chancellor. Mr. Chairman, permit me to recognize the presence of the Deputy Senate President, distinguished Senator Barau I. Jibril, who is ably represented by Muhammad Ibn Abdullah. Did I get it right? The Chief of Staff. Please come to the table. So let me now invite for his remarks, addressed by the chief host, that is the Vice Chancellor, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, Professor Ahmadu Ahmed, FNITP, RTP, who is amply represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Advancement, Research and Innovation, Professor Adiyu Sanusi, Vice Chancellor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Allow me also to sit on the established protocol, but recognize the presence of the representatives of the invited guests, especially from the National Assembly, and that of the governors of Kaduna and Jigawa State. As I welcome you this beautiful morning, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Adamu Ahmed, has asked me to be here to represent him as he could not attend the That is to show you the level of commitment and his support to this conference. So you're welcome to Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. As we gather this morning to listen to deliberations from delegates to this conference organized by the Department of Statistics on the theme Statistics in the Age of Data, Innovations, Challenges, and Global Impact. This theme is not only timely, but is also very relevant to the kind of world that we now live in and to the future, very, very near future of our economy. Our economy is increasingly becoming digital, and what that means is that data will continue to be abundant. It will continue to mount, and it will continue to shape and be derived from every aspect of our lives, be it social, be it business, be it production, be it education, health, agriculture, you name it. Data is not only becoming available, but is becoming overwhelmingly abundant. In this new world that we live in, you can have data on about everything. And like we know, the quality of any decision you make depends on the information, the quality of the set of information you have before making that decision. So like the HOD and the Dean mentioned, evidence-based decisions
are the way. So why is this important? The age of data. Without the statisticians, the statistics, and the methodologies of statistics and new methods of statistical science, this data would overwhelm us all. So instead of reducing the uncertainty as we make decisions and policies, it will only complicate them. That is why this conference is important. And that is why the universities are becoming increasingly relevant to government, to businesses, to the society at large. Because every little decision we make as government, as whatever, whoever, depends on how we're able to analyze the data, the information that is now available to us in torrents. So there is need for innovation. Innovation in new methods of handling this crazy data. There are already methods, the machine learning, the Bayesian networks, the real-time methods of analysis. They are evolving. But we need conferences such as these, where we share ideas, raise questions, see problems, reinvent and innovate, so that these new methods become increasingly able to handle this increasingly messy and noisy data, so that our decisions can be better. There are challenges. These challenges refer not only to the infrastructure, the statistical, computational infrastructure that we need, which is easily resolvable, but also to the quality of the data itself. Because as these data come in and we become sharper, and it becomes business, money making things, then there is opportunity for rigging. So people, we should expect, will increasingly be corrupting the data, reducing its quality, and therefore we need innovative methods of filtering and handling these data. We cannot do it alone. We don't live in the world alone. So there is need for collaboration, especially in big data, between countries, between universities, between people across different places. I'll tell you something. The other day, I was talking about the quality of the output you get from your AI, typical AI model, is lower if you are unlucky to be in the third world. And the reason is because most of the data used in training these models are derived from the first world, if you like, from the Western world. So the quality of responses you get from the AI models is quite low if you are interrogating, say, developing countries' issues. We need to be innovative about it. How do we now, as universities, as intellectuals, contribute to addressing this challenge? We need collaboration between the big players and we that are considered small players. There are other challenges, like the HOD mentioned, and the D, ethical issues. As soon as we begin to collect data, then ethics come in and begin to interfere with how much and the nature and the type of data you can collect. So what do we do about this? How do we go about satisfying the need to incorporate local data into the global AI model, for instance, without impinging so much and violating the basic ethical constraint issues? How do we do that? I think this is the right place to raise these questions and address them. So I challenge you, the participants, to please raise these critical questions. And as you build networks and collaboration, seek to resolve these questions, especially as they relate to our needs as developing countries. We have our unique problems. Of course, the Western world problems are easier to address because the tools are already designed to solve those problems. So begin to reshape and innovate new tools that can handle these unique issues that relate to our development. I cannot conclude without seizing the opportunity to call on government, because, like the HOD said, our tentacles have reached the National Assembly, and we are lucky some of the governors are interested in what we do. So a message here, I'm sure, will get to them. So that I will beg that please, as you make decisions that relate to education, especially universities, please know that there is only so much we can do without support. You can imagine organizing a conference such as this, that the members of the LOC have to use their own personal resources to organize, to help us to make sure that it does not fail. It's because there are no resources. When the HOD was thanking the Vice Chancellor for his support, financial support, when he mentioned financial support, I think that because we do that in an extremely dire situation. We have 100 and what departments and faculties and everyone and associations and everyone is organizing conference, so the university has no resources whatsoever to support every organizer of the conference. So when you mention that we do support and you open the floodgate and everybody comes, there is quite little. That's why I thought when you mentioned that. But there is a reason. And don't be surprised that that support came from his personal resources. Don't be surprised. It is that bad in the universities. When we're talking about, that's what the word is doing, right? Why should we not have the, if you like, the extreme worst form of the digital divide? When the computing resources universities cannot afford, universities cannot afford the resources required to make this progress. So please find it in your hearts to support the universities with adequate funding so that events such as this can be organized without members of the LUC having to dip their hands into their very, very, very shallow and dry pocket, just so that things can go as we wish. So I would like to thank you, the Department of Statistics, one of the departments we are so proud of. It's a new department ever since it was created. I can see those who sacrificed, who labored to bring it to this level. This department has grown from a very tiny department to the giant that it is now, making impact on our lives and organizing this conference for the first time. Thank you, the HOD and the LOC. And I pray that we sustain this, is it annual conference? Thank you very much as I welcome our invited guests. And as I declare this conference open on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, Professor Ahmadu. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was the Deputy Vice Chancellor Research representing the Vice Chancellor, or standing in for the Vice Chancellor as the VC and the Chief Host of the occasion. We have seen, or we can see, that it is not only a general, but it's always a general. A teacher is always a teacher, especially when that teacher is in his prime. Please let us appreciate it. I have the honor, Mr. Chairman, all changes and directives are noted, and especially because we are going to do the best of time. So permit me to begin by recognizing the presence of His Highness, the 19th Emir of Zazzau, Ambassador Ahmadu who is heavily represented by Barde General Zazzau and Haruna Abu. Mr. Chairman, permit me to, in a way, the Chief of Staff to the Deputy Senate President came in a team. Please let me not break that team. Let me make that team complete. So permit me to invite to the High Table, Right Honorable Ahmadu Usman Global, who is a special advisor to the Deputy Senate President. So please come to the High Table. Let me also invite to the High Table the Senior Legislative Deputy Senate President, Dr. Ibrahim. Let me also, by way of showing attention, recognize the presence of Senator Gomo Sadu and Senator Mario Shio. They are all here, and I'm sure they will love to be recognized in the presence of the representative of the Senate. So I'm most welcome. Now, this is an academic ritual considered, and the most important component of this program will very soon come to motion. Doing so, to be able to do that, please, Mr. Chairman, I have the honor to most respectfully invite you to the to the podium for lectures for the declaration of the conference open and giving us the chairman's remark. So I have the honor to invite Professor Ahmadu Balare Junel, the Dean of Student Affairs Division at Ahmadu University, Zaria, who is the chairman of this occasion.
Thank you, MC, Mr. Vice Chancellor, Professor Adam Mohammed, ably represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Advancement, Research and Innovation. Please permit me to respectfully recognize and appreciate all the dignitaries here in clusters, because that is what we do in analytics. So particularly our political leaders, the governors, our lawmakers from the House of Assembly, our traditional rulers, the academics, deans, directors, HODs, and the newsmen, and lastly, most importantly, the students. It is my honor to stand before you as the chairman of the first International Conference on Statistical Sciences and Data Analytics, which is being organized by our sister department, Department of Statistics. The theme of the conference is Innovations, Challenges, and Global Impact. The theme and the sub-theme, like previous speakers have said, are really very, very relevant. And I'm sure the papers to be presented here will uncover many directions of innovation. They will also uncover challenges which, once solved, could lead to global impact. The globality of this impact have been highlighted by the earlier speakers that I don't need to reiterate, but just to say that this age of data, there's a famous saying that data is the oil of the future, and that future is now, actually. So while we have this data, that is why we need to mine the data that we have so that we can uncover information that is valuable, that will help us to make informed decisions like people have said. But of course, I will leave that to the paper presenters. Since the Vice Chancellor, if you have listened, he has made calls and prayers. Now, the call I will make here is particularly for our maybe one or two calls regarding this data. Like the Vice Chancellor has said, you realize that while this data is said to be the oil of today, unfortunately, we don't have this data in our countries. I remember one time when when you read documents, when you go to many sites that provide statistics about different things, when you come to some elements of Nigeria, you see a dash, meaning that that data is not there. So I hope one of the calls or one of the appeals that should be made is we should develop this practice of gathering or manufacturing our data. So that, like the DVC said, or the VC said, so that when people are being ranked, we are ranked properly, data-driven. But if we don't have that data, still, we will be ranked and we will be at a disadvantage. So I hope we will develop ways and recommendations for us to curate our data. So when we curate this data so that we can do all the analytics that other people do, so that the biases that exist because data about us is not available can be bridged or can be reduced. So when these papers are presented, my appeal that I said I will make, especially to our researchers and most especially to our students, is that
we should attempt to understand these innovations, these challenges, and this potential for global impact from A to Z. What do I mean by that? We should go beyond the icing on the cake. We should go beyond the cosmetics that is there. Because many of us were interested in this. When they say big data, data science, data analytics, we like it. But when we actually go to study it, like the LOC chair said, at the bottom of all of this is actually statistics. But at the very bottom of this is actually mathematics. And that is why when people come and say, I like this, when you start to uncover that actually the fundamental, the basics is mathematics, then they start to shy away. Now, I think we will be making meaningful development only when we commit to understanding the full stack, not only to appreciate the icing. Because you realize, even this week, you know, I was teaching some of the basic things, and I showed some things. I said, everything that you do here, all these things that you do is linear algebra, is all of these vectors and so on. So you see people drawing back. But you will see that unless we understand the full stack of these, we will be unable to join the league of those who innovate. We will be unable to join the league of those who will solve these challenges. So that is my call. Please, let us, and all the people that understood the full stack of this are not better than us. So let us appreciate the A to Z of this. And please look at the papers that are going to be presented so that we make sure we understand them, so that we are in the forefront of all the length and breadth of these researches that lead to development. And when we do that, we'll be able to solve problems that are local to us, and problems also that are not local to us, that affect other people. So while saying this, I hope this will arouse our interest so that we look at these papers that will be presented with a critical eye and critical mind, so that we can be the cause for innovation, solving problems, and making global impact in our university, in our country, and in the world at large. So I use these few words to once again welcome us all to this first international conference. And I'm glad that the attendance has improved. I hope there are students, and I hope we got this message that I have passed. You are the future of our nation. You are the future of our country. You are the future of our world. So please embrace this with open mind, and you know, with all the enthusiasm that it takes, so that you can deliver us and deliver us well. So once again, the Vice Chancellor has already opened this workshop. So I hope you will stay and witness all the papers that will be presented with open mind, so that we get the maximum benefit and we get ideas that we can use to be able to solve, to innovate and to solve challenges that face our locality and mankind. So you are welcome once again, and I wish us successful and fruitful deliberation. Thank you.
Thank you. That was the Chairman of Education, Professor Ahmadu, the Dean of Student Affairs Division of the University. Mr. Chairman, I will still need your time. May I appreciate the representative of the Speaker, House of Representatives, who was here very, very early, and who has to answer an urgent call before 12 noon. And in view of that, the decision taken is that the chairman of the occasion is going to present a flag of appreciation of Bright Award to him on behalf of the Speaker, House of Representatives, Right Honorable Abbas Tajudeen, PhD, GCOM, yes, that's all. So may I first invite Right Honorable Amos Gwamna Magaji, who is the Chairman, House Committee on Health Care Services. Please come forward. May I invite the Chairman of the occasion to be assisted by the Vice Chancellor in the presentation of this hour.
Right Honorable Abbas Speaker, House of Representatives, this is the recognition of your outstanding commitment, dedication, invaluable contribution towards educational sector, community development, and exemplary leadership qualities in the national assembly. We truly appreciate your efforts and their important positive impact on good citizens of Nigeria. This day, 8th of July, 2025.
It's okay. The Vice Chancellor, thank you, the Vice Chancellor, the Chairman of the occasion. Now, the position of the Speaker will have one or two words to say.
Thank you very much. Let me sincerely apologize for changing the programs of events today. The Deputy Senate President has presented the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, here represented by the Chief Statistical of Kaduna State, the Executive Governor of Zaria State, here represented by the Keynote Speaker, distinguished Senator Lan, here represented, the Chief Host, Vice Chancellor of this great institution, here represented by the Dean, Royal Father, our own Royal Father here represented, Deans, HODs, eminent scholars, researchers, the LOC chairman, and your great great team, friends in the media, our security personnel here present, our great student of this prestigious university, great Abusai, great Abusai, great Abusai. The student and the professor are great Abusai. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me start by saying, there used to be a time, if you are in the University of Jos, they say you are in ABU Jos. If you are in the University of Ibadan, they say you are in ABU Ibadan. So that's why we say an ABU graduate is naturally ahead. Having said that, let me sincerely apologize again for altering this program. It's because of the numerous assignments that we have. The speaker would have loved to be here personally. I just returned from China and I have over 6 letters from the speaker to be presented in different programs. And when I saw him, I asked, Mr. Speaker, should I come or should he come? He said, please come. He wanted me to personally be around. Today, the National Assembly is having an open day, and the speaker has to be around for such an important program. That's why he delegated me as the chairman of the Kaduna State Caucus of the House of Representatives and the chairman of Health Care Services to be here in person. And I don't take it lightly for that great honor. This is the Mr. Speaker's speech, personally from the office of the Speaker. The remark by Right Honorable Ahmadu, PhD, GCON, Speaker, House of Representatives, Federal Republic of Nigeria, at the Medin International Conference on Statistical Sciences and Data Analytics at Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, on Tuesday, 8 July 2024. I am deeply, I have observed the protocol already, I'm deeply honored to join Ahmadu Bello University community to witness this main edition of the International Conference on Statistical Sciences and Data Analytics, hosted by the Department of Statistics of the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to the leadership and faculty of this esteemed institution for reviving interest in one of the most important courses, which over time seems to have been neglected. I am happy that it is my alma mater that has taken this initiative. As always, ABU will be the best and leading voice in academics. I thank the Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Ahmadu, for inviting me to make a few remarks at this important conference. It is truly encouraging to see the academic community and the legislature come together in pursuit of a shared commitment to national development and evidence-driven progress. The theme of this year's conference, Statistics in the Age of Data, Innovations, Challenges, and Global Impact, speaks to one of the defining challenges and opportunities of our time. The role of statistics has moved from periphery to the heart of decision making, with data playing a guiding role. Today, every serious conversation about development, governance, and the future must begin with data, particularly in terms of how we collect, analyze, and apply it. This shift makes the work of statisticians and data scientists more critical than ever, from public health education, from public health to education, from agriculture to national security. Qualified decisions require quality data. As lawmakers, we rely on statistics to frame policy, monitor implementation, and improve accountability. Data has been instrumental in controlling and correcting misinformation, which our street has been covered. I think this concurs with the speech from the Vice Chancellor. The 10th House of Reps has placed technology and innovation at the center of its legislative priorities. We have passed and supported several bills, including Nigerian Data Protection Bill and Framework for Artificial Intelligence and Data Governance. Please, if you are clapping, clap again. These are designed to protect citizens' rights while encouraging technological innovation and building an inclusive digital economy. Our support does not stop in legislation. We are working to strengthen institutions like the National Bureau of Statistics and the National Information Technology Development Agency, NIGDA, through increased budgetary allocation and oversight. We are also working to equip our communities with analytical tools to enhance oversight and ensure that public resources are being used efficiently. Internally, the House is reforming its oversight architecture to incorporate data analysis and budget as project monitoring. For the first time, our committees are being trained and equipped with tools to track implementation, assess impact, and reduce inefficiency across government spending. This marks a new era of evidence-based lawmaking and oversight. We have also advanced legislation to establish a national innovation fund that will support startup and research institutions in areas such as data science, machine learning, and digital infrastructure. This fund is designed to bridge the gap between academic innovation and commercial application, ensuring that Nigerian researchers and developers have the resources to scale their work nationally and globally. Additionally, the House is supporting strategic funding for digital literature initiatives at the basic and tertiary education levels. These include strengthening data science departments in public universities, supporting open data access policies, and promoting the adoption of statistical software in government and education system. These are deliberate steps to prepare Nigerians' workforce for the demand of the 21st century digital economy. However, to sustain this momentum, we must invest in the next generation. Universities like ABU are leading the way in training future data scientists and statisticians. As legislators, we must ensure that these young minds are supported, that their innovations are protected, and that our policies do not lag behind technology advancement. We will continue to partner with the tertiary institutions to promote innovation and make laws that align with the digital age. We are ready to partner with the tertiary institutions, including the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, providing any needed legislative support to ensure that innovations are driven without glitches in the institution. I wish to commend the Department of Statistics for the vision behind this conference and for honoring the National Assembly. I encourage all stakeholders present here, academics, students, policymakers, and industry professionals to maintain open channel of collaboration with the legislature. It is only through such synergy that we can create a future where decisions are driven by data and development is anchored on insight and innovation. As you continue your deliberation in this conference, the importance of statistics and data analytics and in shaping Nigeria's future cannot be overstated. It is the foundation upon which effective governance, strategic planning, and sustainable development must be built. As we go about complex national and global challenges, it is clear that those who harness the power of data will lead the way. Once again, I want to profoundly appreciate the Vice Chancellor of this great school, Professor Ahmadu, and commend him for his continuous indigenous innovation. I also wish to commend the Department of Statistics for making this bold step and fostering dialogue and innovation in this field. To the scholars, students, and researchers gathered here today, thank you for your commitment to knowledge and progress. Your work is essential to building a smarter, more responsive, and prosperous Nigeria. Thank you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Great Amazon! Great Amazon!
Thank you very much.
Mas é enviar é? Olha.
Thank you. That was Right Honorable Amos Governor Magaji, Chairman House Committee on Healthcare Services, who represented the Speaker, House of Representatives, Right Honorable Augustus PhD, GCOM. Yes, Mr. Chairman, permit me to add on the list of the two earlier announced community leaders. We have Sarkin Yalwa, Wala Usman Abubakar Muhammad, Sarkin Jama'a, Ibrahim Abubakar, Sarkin Ertorawa, Lallali Musa, and Sarkin Samuel Alhaji Dauda Abubakar. Mr. Chairman, permit me quickly and respectfully invite our keynote address speaker, who stands in or is standing in for the executive governor of Jigawa State, Madam Umar Namadi, and the keynote speaker is no other than the statistician general and chief executive of Jigawa State Bureau of Statistics, who's in Jigawa State. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome Dr. Jamil Garba, the statistician general, chief executive of the Bureau of Statistics.
Excellency, Mr. President, represented by Mr. Excellency, the Executive Governor of Bello State, represented by the Statistician General of Bello State,
Azir.
committee to send on the existing protocol for established. Being the keynote speaker for this very important conference, being that this is the first time for me presenting as a keynote speaker at the conference of this caliber. I want to create the indulgence of participants because of the fact that if one is making presentation in front of his internal examiners, in the presence of his supervisors, and of course, other colleagues in the department who ask him some tough questions during his presentation. You may think that he's also making presentation for a similar PhD or an examination. So I have structured my presentation in two parts. The first part is a brief speech. Then the second part is a presentation so that you can see the reality of how statistics plays a very critical role in governance. So I'm highly delighted and indeed honored for having me invited as a keynote speaker to a very historic event. Let me start by congratulating the Department of Statistics, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, for successfully organizing its first international conference on statistical science and data analytics with the theme Statistics, the Age of Data, Innovation, Challenges, and Global Impact. This is indeed a commendable effort how the department have so that it can be here next year again and again and again. Congratulations, the Department of Statistics. You have done wonderfully well. As you be aware, the objective of the conference is to, one, examine the role of statistical science, the modern data-driven world, explore innovation and challenges in statistical methods and their applications, analyze the impact of statistics in policy making, governance, and decision making, promote the use of statistical methods in artificial intelligence and machine learning. The last one is to discuss statistical science, various interdisciplinary fields. Accomplishment of these ambitious objectives means a lot to the modern world of statistics. Therefore, I call the participants to tailor their presentations or discussion towards achieving these set of objectives. The speaker of the conference was topic prospects and application of statistics, the modern world of governance. Permit me to continue our presentation by quoting a relevant section of the UN Data Resolution Report 2013, which says, and I quote, "Data is the lifeblood of decision making and a raw material for accountability. Without high-quality data providing the right information on the right things at the right time, designing, monitoring, and evaluating effective policies and procedures becomes almost impossible. Without data, we cannot know how many people are born and at what age we die, how many men, women, and children still living in poverty, how many children need education, how many doctors to train or schools to build, how public money is being spent and to what effect, whether greenhouse emissions are increasing or the fish stocks in the ocean are dangerously low, how many people are in what kinds of work, and what companies are trading, and whether economic activities is expanding. So without quality data, decision making or informed policy decision making at the level of governance is almost practically impossible. So the bottom line is getting the effective or authentic or quality data in such a way that whatever policy making, whatever policy decision being made by government, that policy decision can stand and government can see the impact or the result of this policy implementation because it's using the right data to do that. So having obtained a quality data, then what next? That's the question. As far as government business is concerned, what next after obtaining the quality data? So of course, once the data is obtained and that data is a quality one, the next thing is that data will assist or support government in making policy implementations. So statistics, you can't do effective policy making without quality data. And once we have that, we can be able to do the effective implementation of government policies. So in governance, statistics plays a critical role. One, in evidence-based policy making, where statistics provide the foundation for data-driven policies, enabling government to allocate resources efficiently and effectively. Also allows monitoring and evaluation of statistical analysis, which helps track progress and find areas of improvement and assess the impact of policies. One other role of statistics in governance is tracking or assessing the transparency and accountability of government. So statistics promote transparency, allowing citizens to hold government accountable for their actions. So how possible is statistics in playing all these critical roles? So this is where I will be tailoring my presentation to practical examples using some commitments from the government of pronouncement by the by the government with reference to the Jigawa State government. Unfortunately, my system is down, and once I charged it, I used to have like 5 hours. I don't know this time around. It was fully charged, and on coming here, I just found out that it's so, as I'm saying, we want to see the practical example of the application and prospect of statistics in governance with reference to maybe Jigawa State, where I came from. In Jigawa, we have 57 inaugural speech commitment of His Excellency, and we have a document of his 12-point agenda of his campaign promises regarding the engineering campaign. So those 57 inaugural speech commitments, together with the 12-point agenda, that cut across all the sectors, which includes education, health, agriculture, environment, youth empowerment, and the rest of them. So there are several commitments on all of these sectors. So this commitment, if you take, for example, in the agri sector, there is one commitment that His Excellency has made. And this commitment is making this commitment so that he can transform the agricultural sector of the state in terms of improving the yield production, livestock production, food security, increasing the contribution of agriculture to ITR. So a statement of pronouncement has been made by His Excellency. The next thing is, as a statistician or as a part of those in policy division, how do we translate that commitment? How do you translate that commitment such that that commitment can be implementable and can be, accessible? So for you to do that, you need to look at the commitment and come up with the expectations. What are the outcome expectations under that commitment? What is expected to be achieved once that commitment is being implemented? So if you have the outcomes, if you list all the possible outcomes under that particular commitment, then as a statistician as well, you have to look at the key. What are the indicators that you can put in place to make sure that these outcomes or the expected outcomes can be measured? Okay, so that means each of these deliverables that we call expected outcomes, it has its own key performance indicator attached, so that we can be able to, assess or determine the performance of achieving that particular expected outcome within the KPI or the key performance indicator. So once you have the expected outcomes, you have the key performance indicators attached to the expected outcomes, then you have to make sure that the key performance indicators are measurable. So you assign the unit of measurement to those key performance indicators. Thereafter, you determine or you set up your baseline. For example, if you have your expected outcome in upscaling the agricultural production in particular state, part of it, of course, will be improvement in the mean yield of the crops that you are planting there. So you may have rice there, you have millet, you have sorghum, you have beans, and the rest of them. So having these expected outcomes, and we have the KPIs attached to them, then we need to have the baseline. What is the baseline for that particular year, for example? That means what is the mean production of rice for the year maybe 2022? You can have that maybe 1.5 or 1.2 metric tons of bean per hectare for the whole state. So once you set that baseline, then you will have to set your targets. For 2023, what will be the targets? For 2024, what will be the target? For 2025, what will be the target? Like that for 2026 and 2026. So once you set that target, then you start to track. You present, this is the plan, and these are the resources needed for us to fully implement the plan that we have on ground. So I'm trying to portray or to show that the importance or the relevance of statistics in governance. So once you make this setup, then as a statistician, you try to track the implementation of these policies and assess the government performance in this sector. So once that's done, the relevant sectors concerned would be feeding the Office of the Statistician General the information that, okay, this is how far we have gone in terms of maybe rice production, or this is how far we have gone in terms of beans production, or this is how far we have gone in terms of livestock production, this is how far we have gone in terms of food security, for example. So after doing all this, then as a statistician, you need to arrange for the survey. Okay? You arrange for the survey, you go to the field, go to the lead farming household, and find out whether these interventions or whether the data reported by the relevant sectors or relevant agencies is really impacting on ground. So you do this data collection, you structure your survey, make sure that all the methodologies, the sample size and everything is well taken care of. Then collect the data, do the analysis, come up with your findings, and try to lay the solution of the various agencies. From there, we'll be able to know that whether the policies being implemented is really impacting the real farmers on ground. So this is basically how statistics is being impacting the role of any governance. So as I made mention, it got across all sectors, not only restricted to agricultural sector. So it got across all sectors. That means health is there. So it means the application of statistics in governance can be found in economic planning. Because with this relevant information that we have, we can be able to plan well in the sector. So this can also be seen in public health. Okay, it can also be seen in education. It can also be in environmental monitoring aspect. So what are the prospects of statistics in governance? So one prospect of statistics in governance is one, data revolution, the increasing availability of data and advancement in analytical techniques have transformed the field of statistics. Number two, artificial intelligence and machine learning. These technologies have enhanced statistical analysis, enabling government to make more informed decisions. Part of the process is also collaboration and data sharing. Government, national organizations, and civil society can work together, share data, expertise, and best practices. So, of course, there are challenges in this able to collect the data, make analysis, and make informed decisions. So, part of the challenges is data quality and integrity. Another challenge is capacity building, because we find out some of the people that give you the information from relevant sectors, they need serious diversification, so that is another challenge. And the next one is public engagement. That is, statistics should be communicated in a way that is accessible and understandable. So in conclusion, statistics plays a vital role in modern governance. By harnessing the power of statistics, government can make informed decisions, promote transparency and accountability, and improve the lives of citizens. As we move forward, it is essential to address the challenges and opportunities of statistical development, ensuring that statistics continue to serve as a cornerstone of good governance. Thank you.
Thank you. That was the representative of the governor of Jigawa State and the keynote speaker, Dr. Jamil Welba, statistician general and the CEO of Jigawa State and the Bureau of Statistics, who's in Jigawa State. Sir, permit me on behalf of the chairman and the members and the chairman, local organizing committee, to apologize for the hitches, even though it's not our issue. It is now time to start the messages, and we are beginning from home. And I have the honor to invite the department of chemistry to come and give this good message. Please, you have just 2 minutes to do that. Thank you. Distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, respected researchers here, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Department of Chemistry at Ahmadu University, Zaria, it is my distinct honor and privilege to extend our warmest greetings and heartfelt goodwill to the participants of the first International Conference on Statistical Science and Data Analysis. We commend the organizers for bringing together such a vital gathering under the timely and pertinent theme, statistics in the age of data, innovation, challenges, and global impact. In this era defined by unprecedented deluge of information, the synergy between disciplines is more crucial than ever. While our primary focus in the Department of Chemistry lies in the understanding of the fundamental building blocks of matter and their transformation, we are keenly aware of the indispensable role that statistical science and data analysis play in advancing chemical research and innovation. From optimizing experimental designs and validating analytical methods to interpreting complex spectral data and predicting molecular properties. The tools and principles of statistics are the salient architects behind many of our scientific breakthroughs. Indeed, the age of data presents both remarkable opportunities and significant challenges for all scientific fields. For chemists, this translates into the ability to extract deeper insights from vast data sets, accelerate drug discovery, develop novel materials, and address critical environmental issues with greater precision. However, it also demands a robust understanding of data integrity, the responsible application of statistical models, and the ethical implication of data-driven conclusion. This conference serves as a pivotal platform for fostering collaboration, sharing cutting-edge methodologies, and collectively addressing the evolving landscape of data science. We believe that discussions and ideas generated here will not only push the boundaries of statistical science, but also empower researchers across diverse disciplines
including chemistry, to harness the full potential of data for global impact. We extend our best wishes for a highly productive and intellectually stimulating conference. May your deliberations be fruitful, your connections enduring, and your contributions significant to the advancement of knowledge and the betterment of humanity. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we are done taking the good lesson from the Yellow Department of Chemistry. Now is the time for citation and presentation of awards of excellence to the recipients who are the executive governors of Kaduna and Jigawa State, as well as distinguished and honorable members of the National Assembly. Gladly, that of the Speaker was presented. So we have a event. So permit me to begin by inviting the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, His Excellency Senator Obasani, who is ably represented by the Executive by the Statistician General of Kaduna State Bureau of Statistics, Dr. Bukar Baba. For the presentation of the award, may I please invite the Vice Chancellor of the University of Zaria, who is also presented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Advancement, Research and Innovation.
Presented His Excellency Senator Sani CUN, Executive Governor of Kaduna State, in recognition of your outstanding commitment, dedication, and invaluable contribution towards the educational sector, community development, youth empowerment programs, as well as championing data-driven, evidence-based governance in the community. We truly appreciate your efforts and their resultant positive impact to the Kaduna State in particular and Nigeria in general. This day, 8 July 2025.
The next recipient of the award is His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Jigawa State, Madam Umar A. Namadi, FCA, who is ably represented by our keynote speaker, Dr. Bello, the Statistician General of Jigawa State, the Bureau of Statistics.
Only state has met the UNESCO guidelines for education. Yes, we officially wrote a plan on behalf of the Department of Statistics, we presented this prestigious award of excellence to His Excellency Madam Umar A. Namadi, FCA, Executive Governor of Jigawa State, in recognition of your outstanding commitment, education, and invaluable contributions towards the educational sector, community development, youth empowerment programs, as well as championing data-driven and evidence-based governance in Jigawa State. We truly appreciate your efforts and the resultant positive impact to Jigawa State in particular and Nigeria in general. This 8th day of July 2025.
Thank you. Thank you, Vice Chancellor, sir. You will now take your seat. And may I now invite the chairman of this occasion, Professor Ahmadu, to assist us in presenting the award to the next recipient, who is no other than the Deputy Senate President, Barrow I. Jibril, who is ably represented by Chief of Staff. The Chief of Staff.
The Department of Statistics, I present this prestigious award of excellence presented to Senator Dr. Barrow I. CFR, Deputy President of the Senate, Federal Republic of Nigeria, in recognition of your outstanding commitment, dedication, and invaluable contribution towards the education sector, community development, and exemplary leadership qualities in the National Assembly. We truly appreciate your efforts and the resultant positive impact to the good citizens of Nigeria. This prestigious award is presented to you today on the 8th of July 2025. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, Professor Mohammed Ibn Abdullah, the Chief of Staff to the Deputy Senate President. Okay, so we'll have some few words to say. Just
His Excellency, Speaker House of Representatives, whose representative was here a while ago, representatives of their Excellencies, the Governor of Jigawa State, and the State, representative of the Vice Chancellor, and the Chairman of the occasion, representative of the area of Zaria, respected gentlemen and ladies, I stand here before you representing His Excellency, the Deputy President of the Senate, who is also the first Deputy of ECOWAS Parliament, His Excellency Senator Bello Siaba, who would have been here but for numerous official engagements. He could not make it. But then while we were here in Zaria, Zulu? Yes, he called several times, even on our way from Kano to Zazzau, he called several times to ensure that he is represented here. Alhamdulillah, we are here. With the permission of the chairman, I will read his message about it, please.
Massive, we don't say this in our group. We are like, trying to donate.
Okay. This is the speech of His Excellency Senator Bello. I am very delighted to be here, and thank you for the privilege to be part of this historic international conference of the Department of Statistics of this esteemed university, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. I congratulate the department and the entire management of this institution for this foresight of bringing together scholars in researchers in statistical sciences to exchange meaningful ideas and discuss advancement in modern statistics and data science for national development. There is no doubt that data science plays a significant role in national development by strengthening and improving decision making, drive our economic growth. It also helps in solving complex societal problems through optimal use of resources and innovative interventions in various sectors of the economy. I am pleased to know that the conference aligns with the vision of the Barrow Jibril Foundation, which is currently sponsoring 70 Kano State indigenous across the 3 senatorial districts of Kano State to undergo postgraduate courses in artificial intelligence, robotic technology, cybersecurity, and forensic science at top universities in foreign land. 70 postgraduate students are currently studying in various countries of the world. Similarly, 300 Kano State indigenous studying engineering and other related science courses in Bayero University, Kano, and 5 other universities in Nigeria have been given financial support to complete their education under our domestic postgraduate scholarship program. This initiative is part of my contribution and efforts towards addressing existing educational gaps and fast-tracking our country's development. In this regard, I urge us to support what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing by providing access to education for the less privileged youth who are the future leaders. I am sure everyone can do something and should do something to improve this country, to move forward and change the narratives, because education remains the bedrock of development. Once again, I thank you for inviting me to this occasion. It is indeed an honor. Thank you all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
That was the Chief of Staff to the Deputy President of the Senate, Professor Ahmadu. I made this remark earlier that a teacher is always a teacher. So last time I said even in his prime, in the previous case, but now even in political affairs, the teacher tries to be one. Having said so, I would like to most respectfully invite the representative of the Royal Father of the Day, His Highness the 19th Area of Zazzau, Ambassador Ahmadu. He has represented by birthday area Zazzau, Ahmadu, to please assist us in presenting the next hour. The next recipient is no other than distinguished Senator Mutali Muhammad, Chairman Senate Committee on Education, Tertiary Institution and Health for Federal Republic of Nigeria, represented by Abdul Jalil Tukur Isa. Abdul Jalil Tukur Isa will assist in receiving the award. The next recipient is the distinguished Senator Lawal Adamu Usman, Mr. La, Chairman Senate Committee on Education, Basic and Secondary, Federal Republic of Nigeria, to be represented by Dr. Umar Adamu. Microphone. Microphone. Kasa aiki ne ko wannan. Congratulations to the Senator, distinguished Senator Mr. La, ably represented by Dr. Umar Adamu. And at this juncture, I would like to thank His Highness most sincerely for his role. May I now invite the Dean, Faculty of Physical Sciences, Ahmadu University, Professor Zaria, to please assist in presenting the next award. Okay, sorry. Sorry. Okay.
Excellencies, the Executive Governor of the United States, highly represented by Statistical General, Dr. Ahmadu, Your Excellency, Governor of the United States, represented by the Statistician General, Dr. Bello, His Royal Highness, Emir of Zazzau, represented by Honorable Gabriel Zazzau, and Haruna, Your Excellency, Professor Rua, and the Chief of Staff, the Senate President, Senator Barrow, Your Excellency, Speaker, House of Representatives, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, heavily represented by Right Honorable Amos Kona Magaji, who is a member representing the people of Kafancha Njaba Federal Constituency at the National Assembly. Members of the High Table, representative of the Vice Chancellor, Professor Ahmadu, other professors, Dr. Ladies and gentlemen. I would like to use this opportunity to sincerely appreciate this great recognition of my principal, Senator Lawal Adamu Usman Mr. who is representing the good people of Kaduna Central and National Assembly. At the same time, who is the chairman of education, basic and secondary education at the National Assembly. We truly appreciate this great recognition, and this is testament on his achievements for the 2 years. Distinguished Senator Lawal Adamu Usman Mr. who is also an outside as I, who is representing him here. They are glad and recognizing these efforts. They are always glad and appreciate the efforts of Ahmadu Bello University for producing brilliant and great leaders like Senator Lawal Adamu Usman Salah at the National Assembly. Also, I would like to share more light on a few achievements of Senator Lawal Adamu Usman Salah educational groups, which also support him to have this great recognition. Senator Lawal Adamu Usman Salah has sponsored almost 1,000 students in tertiary institutions across the 7 local governments of Kaduna State. Also sponsored more than 500 students who served in JAM and also senior secondary certificate, WAEC and NECO across the 7 local governments. Senator Lawal Adamu Usman Salah built 100 smart classrooms across the 7 local governments of the federal constituency. We really appreciate the effort, and we are open to collaboration with the Department of Statistics and AU Zaria at large in order to continue support and growth in the educational system. We really appreciate this. Final notes, we really appreciate the management and committee of this first international conference, and we look forward to collaborate with them in supporting the educational system. Thank you very much and have a nice day.
Thank you, that was a good one. We thank the representative of the distinguished senator in person of Dr. Umar Ahmadu. Like I've earlier said, I have the honor to invite now the next recipient, who is the Vice Chancellor of the prestigious Ahmadu Bello University, Professor Adamu Ahmed. Ably represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Advancement, Research and Innovation. Receive on behalf of
behalf of the Department of Statistical University, Zaria, I feel honored to present this prestigious award of excellence presented to Professor Ahmad, MITP, Vice Chancellor of Muslim University, Zaria, in recognition of the outstanding commitment, dedication, unwavering support, and invaluable contribution towards the educational sector, community development, as well as exemplary leadership qualities towards enhancement of general well-being of staff and students of our university.
Yes, thank you, the Dean Faculty of Environmental Design. May I, Physical Sciences. May I now, before I invite the next recipient, I would like, Mr. Chairman, permit me to also invite the acting university librarian, Dr. Ahmadu. Please come forward and give this another very special award. Like I always love to marry the military and education together. The veterans of the department and the so-called elders. So the first recipient is one of the eldest, or the elders, the respected elders in the department, who is no other than Professor Sani Ibrahim Durwa. Microphone. The next recipient is Professor Hussein Garba. Micro. Thank you, and congratulations to the elders of the department. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, by the special grace of Almighty Allah, we are coming to the end of this event as far as the opening ceremony of this first international conference is concerned. And we are left with now taking the closing remark by the chairman, followed by the closing prayers, and we say, take the national anthem. So I would like to most respectfully invite the chairman of the occasion to give his closing remarks.
Thank you very much, MC. My closing remark is once more to thank all the participants for remaining until the end. And to thank all our dignitaries that are here present or represented, and to further congratulate the Department of Statistics, and we look forward to the next sessions of this important conference. As I was sitting here, Mr. Vice Chancellor, talking about what you said and the need for us to be curating our data, I received a message. Somebody was saying, when will ABU start to curate, to document its own data, at least for educational data mining? You know, sir, there are so many things. I remember a few students who have done their masters on educational data mining. There are several things that we see in education. But of course, data, the data that we use, that we tend to use to explain certain things, you realize that we do not have it. There are so many things that we present in the Senate. Somebody was saying, can we tell them or can we explain why there are more first class in A than in B? Similar programs. There is a program run here, there is a program run there, but there are more first class there. Now, of course, we have our own conjectures, but these conjectures are what they are. The only thing that can help us to answer this in a data-driven way is to collect our data. So what I want to plead after making a plea to the young researchers and the students is to the university that we should try to create, different data banks, different kinds of data banks, from data marts to data warehouses and to data lakes. All these one will collect them. There are so many things that you can say. But even the daily announcement that we get from public affairs, I know after this conference they will have a writer. Even some of these things, we need to keep this data. We may not know why we need it. That is why we need to create data lakes. Whatever data you have, keep it. If you don't have utility for it today, you may have utility for it tomorrow. And that is why we need to create, in addition to the transactional data that we maintain, the data that we use for our day-to-day operations, we need to create historical data. You go to NARLS, for example. We have been collecting data for over 50 years. And that data is usually the basis for many national policies. But unfortunately, you find that that data, we did some project for them. You find that that data, when farmers need that data for any year, they sent out teams to states to collect data of different kinds. But unfortunately, that data is just kept in islands. That data is not properly curated and integrated and synthesized and kept in a data warehouse that is suitable for data analytics. So I think I want to call on the university, as we did call on our students and our colleagues, to actually use this conference, international conference, to resensitize ourselves so that we start from in-house and do all that we can do to gather this data. Because this is the age of data, as the conference has informed us. So with this, once more, I want to thank everybody that has graced this important conference while wishing us safe trips back to our destination. I think people that have not been well recognized, I'm sure the person to speak before me, after me, are the security people. The security doing very well here and outside. So I think you are also well recognized for your valuable effort. So I thank you once more for coming. And today is not the end. Tomorrow you have other presentations, and we also have the technical. So I invite you all to participate in the events that are to come, and to listen carefully and take all the lessons that are there, so that we can be innovative, we can solve problems locally and globally. So thank you once more as chairman. Thank you once more.
Thank you. That was the closing remarks of this segment of the conference, which is the official celebration. Finally, close to that, let me please request that we take a minute or two to pray according to the dictate of our individual faith, to thank God for His mercies as far as this event is concerned, as closing prayers. So please let us pray. Amen. The chairman of the rotation, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I please request that we rise for the national anthem. And after the national anthem, please we allow members of the high table to take their leave first. Then members of the floor. So, may we do that. Thank you very much. That next is a group photograph. Members of the high table, please proceed to this space.
Yasa malamai su kama. Ba wani malamin da bai kama. Ba wani malamin wanda zai tsaya a nan ya gabatar da al'umma ya bayani akan al'umma ai
ba wani za ka yi ba tun lahadi ne daga yan yi zuwa muna can da shi gaurawa jiya aka zo da wani jiya ya fito irin su madu mayan da ya takura ma wa wayannan nasu da sauki sannan ba wannan ba yanzu an yi sami to mana a sami amma yanzu mala awal ya wuce yana cewa ya kun zo da zaka abai da wani zan fake ba zai yi da ba zan yi gaba yanzu haka ba huta da biya sai na kai da Najeriya na kuma mutane ne sai gobe da kasta maki na a mushi kasta a gaba
sai hakuri a wani.
Statistical sciences.
Look at the list of Moana. Very quick.